Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of Renton Reflects. Some of you may remember my review of the animated feature film The Legend of the Titanic. Well, it turns out that another Italian production company decided to cash in on the success of the James Cameron blockbuster Titanic by producing its own animated version. And how does it go? Well, in this version, the leading lady is a poor young woman named Angelica who is searching for her long-lost mother, all the while serving as a servant to her evil stepmother and two stepsisters. The leading man is a young upper-class Englishman named William, who was on the trip on the Titanic with his nanny, who claims to have lost her daughter years ago. And yes, I'm willing to bet you can tell where this is going. Other human characters include a jewel thief named Corinthia, her two henchmen named Kirk and Dirk, and a detective named Sam Bradbury, who was secretly in pursuit of the thieves. The story also features a cast of animal characters, including a small European family of mice, a magpie named Hector, and a trio of Mexican mice. Eventually, William and Angelica fall in love and try to keep their romance strong even during times of tragedy on the Ship of Dreams. So, given how contrived and poorly written some of the plot lines are, that's just one of the many problems this movie suffers from. Thankfully, it's not as outrageously bad as the other animated Titanic movie. However, it's still very poor in terms of its conception and occasional execution. Not only does it rip off ideas from the James Cameron version, but it also resorts to ripping off ideas from Disney, Don Bluth, and a little bit of the Looney Tunes, at least in terms of the conceptual designs of some of the characters. Can you imagine how huge of a copyright infringement lawsuit there probably would have been? One of the most notable highlights of this version is that it features a dog character named Fritz doing a rap number. Why? No particular reason, other than the possibility that the filmmakers believed that rap music was still hip with kids at the time this movie was made. The animation itself is a mixed bag. Sometimes it can look nice, other times it can look very sloppy. Not to mention that it has a tendency to get recycled as part of a cost-cutting measure. Something also worth noting is that there are two versions of the English dub. There's the cut version, and there's also the uncut version. I've seen both of them, and the cut version is definitely abysmal in terms of its editing choices. The uncut version at least has a sense of coherence, but they both still average out as awful. One thing I do have to give this movie credit for is that it did not get a sequel. I can't imagine how much worse that would have turned out. So, in summation, this animated musical is nothing more than a cheaply produced and unoriginal hodgepodge of ideas that managed to truly sink in terms of entertainment value. For this reason, I give this film on a scale between 1 and 10, a 1.5. And that concludes my review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.